7 students
on a journey spanning 4 continents
and over 14 countries
on a mission to find out the meaning of life.
Join us as we ask people from all around the world
to describe what life means to them.
To live would be too easy.
Life is how you make it.
Life is free.
When you have life, you have everything.
Yeah, life is a gift.
Yeah. Life is beautiful.
Life is complicated.
Life is exciting.
Society becomes the thing that influences you the most in your whole life. It modifies all your life. You modify yourself along with society.
Every time you get to meet different people from different places, they teach you about their country or their traditions or their cultures, and you teach them about your own culture.
When you allow yourself to truly live, you begin to see what life is.
Life means one of the most beautiful things that somebody gave to me.
I'll say life is a beauty because it has a sweet side and it has a bitter side. But one thing is that you only get to admire beauty when you know what is not beauty.
I want to jump off of the highest building in the world, and then I want to come off alive.
Oh. One word, I would say life is good. I feel like in the context of a wonderful life, of a beautiful life, there's no such thing as an unimportant day, because every day is a chance to really figure out something new about yourself and about the people you're around, and to use your gifts to do something, even if it's just something small, but it'll be something amazing. And I feel like every day is good because there's always a chance to do one thing for that day.
Life is choice. I've had a lot of, I've been trying to think of a word that really describes what I think life is. And it's hard to just narrow life down into one word, but I think life is choice because you get to decide how you want to live out your life.
If I could describe life in one word, it would be adventure. Life is adventure. I think that there's so many different paths that you can take in life, and each one has a different destination and a different end point, and the whole journey there is the adventure.
Even though it's kind of cliche, I feel like life in one word would be a blessing. Throughout this entire trip, I've learned that I'm just so lucky to be where we're at. Like, no matter other circumstances, we have a blessing just to be alive. You shouldn't take a day for granted, basically.
Life is movement. Like, I think everyone is just constantly moving, and like even when you're just standing still, people are talking, laughing, if you're dancing, just taking a bus somewhere, life goes on. And yeah, and I feel that because of that, it's always changing, always evolving, and I think that's the best part about life.
The most important thing I've learned is that we're all the same. Like, we might live in different areas of the world, we might be raised differently, might be part of different cultures, might speak different languages, but when it comes down to it, we all want the same thing for ourselves, and that's just to live a happy and full life, and that people are just people.
Life expectancy at birth is the average number of years a person born in any given country would live if mortality at each age remains constant in the future. This is our conditioned definition of life expectancy.
But what do you expect for your life? Different cultures, different places in the world are represented in varying birth rates, mortality rates, and life expectancies. How do you choose to live, to inhabit your time here on this earth? Instead of waiting for death, think about how much there is to life. What is our expectancy of what happens in the course of a lifetime? What do you expect out of life?
Yeah, what do you want to do before you die?
I think go for a 1 year trip around the world in sailing boat.
Before die?
Yeah.
What I want to do?
Yeah.
Travel around the world.
Traveling? Maybe, knowing other countries and other cultures.
Experiencias. Yo realmente la única experiencia que creo que necesito es conocer otros países.
What's one thing you want to do or experience before you die?
Well, along with the water theme, I mean really sailing on a sailboat on a grand journey.
There's an old Buddhist story about this man who traveled many, many miles, climbed up this mountain to sit at the feet of this wise Buddhist monk. And he asked him, "How will I achieve wisdom?" And the monk said, "Pay attention." The man said, so sat there for a while, and the monk didn't say anything. He said, "Well, I'm paying attention, I'm listening." And the monk said, "Pay attention." And so the man sat quietly again, and again the monk didn't say anything. He finally got quite angry. He said, I've walked for days to come and see you and climbed this mountain and brought you this gift of food, and you're not telling anything. And the man said, "Pay attention." And the man became enlightened. And I think it's a real message in that there's so many positive things about life which we often don't see because we get so absorbed in the negative things. Life is a mountain path. There are valleys, but valleys are also beautiful, even though sometimes they may be darker. Then you walk up and you come around a corner in the mountain path, and there's a whole new view there of something beautiful. Or you come to the very top of the mountain and you see everything all over, and that's just another fantastic view of the world. So that's how I've seen life. It's been a path through the mountains, valleys, climbing, going downhill, and getting to the top.
Also, we have to know how to enjoy the life. One thing very important for everybody is keep going in the school deeper, be somebody in the future, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like to say.
Who influenced you to say that?
Who is just me by myself, you know, just me.
So, what influences you most in life? You said it's your family and friends.
Yeah, family and friends. Mostly friends, you know, just hanging around with them.
And what advice would you give to someone about life?
I would say enjoy.
And can you say that in your native language, which is Spanish?
Disfrútala. Disfruta la vida.
Disfruta la vida.
Disfruta la vida.
Perfect.
And a person influenced you the most? Changed you the most?
My parents? My father, my mother.
Culture, of course, is a huge agent that influences how we see the world around us. Whether that is how we see ourselves in terms of identity and ourselves in relation to others. So our family relationships influence that perspective. It is, an infinite variety of influences. And I think you cannot overstate, essentially, how much our perspective is changing day to day.
People have said that life is what you make it, and that you can determine your own path through your own experiences. A lot of people have said that it's unique, that it's beautiful, that it's a dance. And what I've found that a lot of people, before they want to die, or before they die, people want to travel. And it's funny that we've been given this gift to travel for the past 3 months all around the Atlantic Ocean, and how it's so addicting, and how, I don't know, that's like the most desirable thing to do these days. Is to gather information and, you know, culture, basically. Dances, songs, food, drinks, all of it. Everybody wants to know what everybody else is doing so that they can, you know, conduct themselves with more solidity.
Geography and cultural diversion may limit what you think your life is going to be and what it could be depending on one's access to resources.
This may be an expectation of living, but it does not have to be how you actually live. Life is what you make of it.
When you travel, you get to see someone else's world, and if you let it, their reality can become a piece of yours.
We all have a human desire to connect with other people, to see the wonders of the earth, and to embody the life we want for ourselves before it vanishes from our grasp.
This collective desire is linked by the gift of life.